Hey folks, back in the spring, I was in Hamilton, Ontario. I was there for part of the Ontario Bike Summit. I wasn't able to be there for the whole thing, but I was able to be there for the pre-summit design workshop that they held, and it was something hosted by the Dutch Cycling Embassy, who, if you know much about cycling culture, the Dutch are some of the best in the world. So, and these are the two gentlemen here who led the session, and really interesting and engaging stuff. Learned lots. I took lots of pictures of the slides. I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of pictures of slides, but there is this one that I wanted to show you. Maybe you've seen images similar to this floating around on the internet, but it's a really simple and concise but important message that when we talk about, if we want people to actually choose cycling as a way to get around, the network has to work. And quite often what we expect is for people to take these, sort of circuitous routes that you have to kind of get all around the place just to go from A to B. But if you can make it very direct and simple to get from A to B, you're naturally going to see more uptick in usage. So this was sort of an important message and one that's worth repeating. As part of the exercise that we did that day, we also looked at some roads and some intersections right in Hamilton as these sort of case studies, basically, just to look at what could be done to convert them. And this is one of the examples that they did. But then we actually went on a little field visit. We rented bikes from the Hamilton Bike Share and all went as a group. And actually, it was also a good opportunity to see some of the network development and redevelopment that they're doing in Hamilton right now. And this right here is a great example where you see a bi-directional cycle lane. And this is actually a reconversion or a redevelopment of existing motor vehicle lanes where they identified a space that, they determined maybe had an excess of capacity for motor vehicles. And this was a quick win. You didn't have to re-engineer the entire road. You just put some barriers up, do some paint to show how the configuration works. And it's always an interesting subject in every city when you're taking motor vehicle capacity away and converting it to bikes. It's definitely a very political subject with people on different sides of the subject. But anyhow, in Hamilton, they've been doing some of that. And this is us actually just before the intersection that we were visiting. Didn't get any good pictures of the intersection itself. But we spent a little bit of time there observing, making some notes, and then we came back and finished the exercise off by actually taking the engineering designs of the existing intersection and at different small groups at our tables worked around some possible solutions to make it more friendly to many different types of transportation. I've said this in the past, and it's well known that intersections are more complex puzzles, and the data also shows us that intersections are where we have the highest rate of collisions, cyclist deaths and injuries. So trying to figure out how to do that puzzle is going to be different at every intersection. I just sort of stood back during this exercise because I'm a non-expert and got to see some of the planners and engineers who also attended the conference sort of tackle this and see what possible solutions they could come up with in a short little hour or so that we spent doing this exercise. So really interesting and some insight into the world of active transportation development and redevelopment. But yeah, it was a great visit to Hamilton at the Ontario Bike Summit, or the part of it that I could attend. If you're ever in Hamilton, consider renting one of their bikes and traveling by bike while you're there. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.